So I am coming on because I think I'm really kind of letting things go here. I'm not doing the work that I need to be doing to better myself. I'm getting lost, and I think that needs a me. I'm feeling very frustrated at myself right now because I keep missing things. I keep writing things on my calendar, my iPhone calendar, and then I miss them, and I'm hitting about half of them, and there was one thing in particular this evening that I was really looking forward to, and it was also it was a thing that I was supposed to go to that my friend was doing, and I was really looking forward to, and it was a special thing, and okay, so whatever the case may be, there's what I'm feeling, right? And I'm feeling like a lot of frustration with myself, and there's a lot of different things that are playing into that, but let's just deal with the emotion right now, right? Because I can feel like this, almost like this ball of energy that's just caught in not moving. And when I get upset at these things, like, I find myself, and I know it's freaking crazy, but like I all of a sudden, like, I get carried away, and I find that I'm pacing, or I'm swearing, or something is coming out of my mouth, and I'm just, it's already happened before I even realize that it's happened. So it's like I just get completely carried along by this emotion that I get lost. It's almost like it's not like a blackout, but I mean, like, it's like I get swept up, and I'm just completely unaware of my own presence. And I'm saying something, or I'm doing something, and I'm by myself, but I'm just like, so what I'm doing here now is I'm noticing, right? I'm noticing the feelings, and I am going to take a step back. Put the bat down. Yeah, exactly. I'm going to put the bat down, and I'm going to just, all right. So yeah, put the bat down. That's a good thing. I'm going to just sit here with the emotion and relax, right? That's what I gotta do. Relax the tension in my body and just notice. It's so uncomfortable, though. It's really very uncomfortable. Like, there's all these feelings that are just like bleh, right here, and relaxing and releasing. And I don't even know what to say out loud to describe this right now, but I'm just so angry at myself right now. Like, I'm so angry. For a lot of reasons. I've been dropping the ball on a lot of things, and it's beating myself up is not useful. It's not useful. It just makes me feel worse. Here, I mean, it's the shame spiral, right? I think I went into this. There's a whole video. I did a couple of videos over the summer, but I get so upset at myself, and I feel like I want to just punish myself, and I'm just so angry at myself sometimes. I just get so angry. But you know what? Like, that's what got me stuck in the first place. That's like, I can feel it. Like, that feeling of, like, on the verge of that, like, just self-disgust. I'm on the verge of that. And that does not help. That doesn't help. It doesn't help. So I'm gonna, even though, okay, It doesn't help, but you know what? It's what I'm feeling, and there's nothing you can really do about that, right? So I'm feeling what I'm feeling, and the thoughts are what they are. And all I'm going to do is relax and release the energy in my body, the tension in my body, and just kind of imagining, like especially around my heart area, imagining it just opening up and releasing. And I'm just paying attention to the energy, the feeling, and I am not joining in. I hear the thoughts, the negative thoughts about myself. I can definitely hear them, but I'm not going to go with them. I'm not going to go down that road. It's tempting though. It's really, really tempting. It's tempting to go down that road where it's just like, I can hear the things in my head that I'm saying to myself. They're not nice things. They're really, really not. But at the same time, by telling you about that, I'm getting caught up in them, and I'm going with them more. So I'm not going to see what I'm doing right now is I'm telling you about them, and then I'm feeling bad for myself. So it's like I'm beating myself up and then listening to myself and then going into a pity state, a self-pity state, which is an interesting thing to observe, because that's where I got into trouble when I was, doing the whole depression thing. Okay, so it might be tempting to go down that road. It's a not comfortable, it's a familiar road to go down, but I recognize that. I recognize it, and I can hear it, and I can see it, and I can feel it, but I'm not going to go with it. I'm just going to give it space, right? Christopher, bipolar. I'm bipolar too. Like number 2, not TOO. Yeah, it does. It sucks. But thankfully I'm on I found the right cocktail of medications for myself. So, I was able to get to the place where I was actually able to work on the actual issues and not just be a, ball on the floor. But the point is right now that I can feel the tightening in my chest. I can feel, like I said, I'm giving it space, and I can feel it's a weird energy right here. And I'm just going to allow my upper chest here to relax and open. And I can feel it opening. And interestingly enough, because I'm focused on that and not the other stuff, I'm not going with that stuff, and it's not getting worse, right? Because when you go with that stuff, you feed it your energy. I see I'm kind of repeating stuff that Michael Singer talks about a lot, but it's falling into place for me a little bit, like I'm understanding it in a different way. When I focus on those emotions, as I focused on them a minute ago, about how the bad things that I'm saying to myself, like the anger at myself, the bad things I was saying to myself, and then feeling so bad for myself that I was saying those things for myself, and that when you put your focus on it, it feeds and it gets bigger, right? Like I can feel that's what my heart, I can feel that's what the energy would be doing, and that's where it wants to go right now. But I am training it. I am disciplining it, so that even though it's kind of tempting to go down that road, I'm not going to do that. Instead, I'm going to do what I'm doing right now, which is just talk to you guys and and just open it up. Just let it flow. So, yeah. So when I get angry at myself, I was seriously just dancing around, like not dancing for joy, but like my entire body gets caught up in it. You know what I mean? And you disappear. You disappear, or maybe not you, but I disappear into the moment. I disappear into the thoughts and the feelings. And then all of a sudden I'm back and I realize that I just did something, said something, moved, or whatever in a way that like I didn't even intend. Like it wasn't something I told myself to do. It was something that I just did. So anyway, oh, thank you, Chris. You, yeah, bipolar 2 disorder, same here. You're in my prayers as well. Thank you. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. The thing is, when I go to bed and these thoughts just start, they keep going, like I'll break into a sweat. Like my heart starts beating faster and I start sweating, and it's like I can't escape them. You know, sometimes it's just like I can't get away from them, and I feel like I don't have the course of adrenaline just rushes through my body, and I can feel it all the way through my body, like a sickness. And but again, see, describing that, I'm putting focus on it, and I'm getting upset just thinking about it. Like, okay, that's what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to go to bed, and that's how I'm going to feel. But that is what I'm doing, right? So if I don't do that to myself, if I don't start here, right before I'm even laying down, I'm already saying to myself, that's what's going to happen. That's what's going to happen if I allow myself to do that. So that's not what's going to happen. What's going to happen is I am going to finish this up. I'm going to lots of thoughts to myself. Lots of It's okay though. It's okay. I'm not going to pay attention to them. I'm going to pray, and I'm going to focus on positive things. And the fact that I am on here doing this instead of freaking out, right? I'm not freaking out right now. Isn't that great? Isn't it fantastic? So, I am calming down, which is positive, right? Because before, when I was depressed and, you know, just allowing myself to go with my generalized anxiety and allowing myself to go with my depression, I just lost my train of thought. I would have been freaking out all night, like all night. I can feel that in my body right now. Like that's the natural, not the natural tendency, but the how I've sort of trained myself, and now I'm training myself out of it. So I am training myself out of it, right? I'm sorry, I'm a little scattered right now. I'm scattered. And that, no, see, and this is the thing too, right? And here we go with the scattered thing. I'm not scattered. I am feeling scattered, right? I'm not angry. I am feeling angry. I'm not sad. I am feeling sad, because we are not our emotions. And the more I say I am sad, the more I believe it. The more I say I am scattered, the more that I believe it. The more I say I'm angry, the more that I believe it. But I feel angry, or I notice that I am feeling angry. I notice that I have the feeling of scatteredness. It's good to recognize and separate oneself from one's emotions. So what I'm doing right now is it's right before bed, and I've worked myself up a little bit. So I'm going to spend some time relaxing and releasing, which I say 50 bazillion times all the time, but it's what you gotta do, or it's what I gotta do. focus on, see, like I say focus on the positives of today, but then like my mind immediately goes to like, there's no positive. Like, there's all these horrible things that you didn't do. Then you're like, I can hear it's, and I'm only describing that to you so that you also realize that maybe if that's something that goes on in your head too, like, we can choose not to go with it. We can choose not to go with that. Right? I am instead choosing just to observe and allow it to be, and I will think of the positive stuff, even when like the immediate thing that happens is like, okay, I'll think about positive stuff. Like immediately there's this torrent of all the negative stuff. And I recognize that, and I know that it's going to happen, and not like, the more I recognize it, the more I recognize that it's going to happen, the more I am prepared to deal with it when it does. So that's a good thing, right? We can focus on that. That's a good thing. When it happens, let's focus on the good things, and that's a good thing that I know how to focus on the good things. So that's a good thing. Get rid of the tension. See, I'm ahead in my head. I'm ahead of myself already. I'm lying down in my head, and I'm trying to go to sleep, and these things are still going on in my head. But that's not the moment we're in, right? That's not the moment we're in. We're in this moment right now, in which I am just relaxing and acknowledging and observing my emotions and my thoughts. And that's all I'm going to do. I'm going to lay down, and I am just going to observe what's going on in my head and my emotions, and just relax and release. That's all I'm going to do. Gratitude, grateful. Yes, Chris, that's exactly. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go be grateful. And I am going to, that's what I'm going to do. Just going to lay down. I'm going to do nothing but observe what's going on and just notice it rather than go with it. Just be aware of it. And relax and release and let it go. So that's the plan. I will let you know how that goes. Relax, release, relax, release. Okay, so I am really grateful that I have this this little exercise that I do to talk to you and to figure out the best way to do to work on these things, because I was just in the bathroom like brushing my teeth and getting caught up in this, and I was just like, I'm allowing myself to get caught up in this too much. Like I've gotten away. I had gotten away from the work that I've been doing, and I'm back now. And as far as dropping the ball on a lot of things, I am going to put there's a lot of anger there too. I had a whiteboard with a calendar on it in the other room. But anyway, it is apparently no longer mine. And it was very useful to me, but now it's not mine. But I don't have to be angry about it because it's really just a whiteboard calendar, and it doesn't have to be something I'm upset about. I can find another way to put out in front of me what my plans for the day are, so that I can always remember, and I can have them in front of me so that I don't have to so that if I don't happen to look at my phone in a half an hour, because I forget, I lose track. So I will, this is a good thing, right? I am recognizing that for me personally, there needs to be a different way that I need to handle this, and I will, and I am. I will just have to, there's a space right there where I can put whatever it is that I'm going to get to replace the calendar, and that'll be really good. So, problem solved. I will apologize to my friend again tomorrow. And there's not much more than that's the other thing, is there's not much more I can do about it. I can only do what I can do. And it's silly to be upset any further, because it doesn't make any sense. The only thing that it's accomplishing is me being upset. And that's pointless, because really, why do we want to do that in life, right? We only have... All right, I'm going to stop going off on philosophical tangents. I am grateful that I have this. I can come back here, I can talk to you guys, I can figure this out, and then hopefully in my kind of all over the placeness of figuring this stuff out, that someone out there finds it useful. Someone out there can identify and maybe find something to take away with them. So that's what I'm grateful for. I'm grateful for this heating pad that's gonna help me in just a moment with my back. I am grateful that I have a diffuser with some lovely essential oils that are calming me down. I'm gonna put some more serenity in there. And I'm grateful for a lot of things. I'm grateful that I have a roof over my head, and that even though my housemate who lives on this side of my wall, the walls are like you can hear everything going through the vent, I have a white noise machine that has stopped that, and I am grateful for that white noise machine. Yeah, there's a lot of things I can be grateful for. I knocked my smoothie, a full cup of my smoothie off yesterday morning. I knocked it off accidentally, and it went into my backpack, my computer backpack, but it fell down. It was just like, it just kind of went like boom, boom, like that, and like very little spilled. Whereas like honestly, in most of my life, it would have just gone and all over the place, but it didn't. It was just like boop. This sinking feeling in the stomach, and then the relief was pretty great. So I'm grateful for that. So despite the fact that I was all over the place and that this video is very uninteresting, I am going to say to you that you can, just as I have just done, you can always choose to have a great, full